Hey guys, this is Nate, aka Melon Method.
Maybe I can use my webbing to stop.
And oh crap. Okay, I'm just gonna restart the level because that was bad. Okay, you know, I'm gonna point some things in this cutscene because we watched this in the last part. Alright, so look, see, there's 2 white guys and 1 black guy. But now, yeah, still there. Now there's 2 black guys and 1 white guy. I don't know, that was something weird I noticed as a kid. I mean, I wasn't thinking that. But I always thought that was okay, I was thinking that. But I always thought that was interesting. Okay, now what you're supposed to do is destroy those barrels so that the plane doesn't hit them. But
the plane's gonna blow if I don't clear a path for it.
I didn't destroy that one because I knew I'd get too far behind. You're gonna want to hit that switch too. Now that middle one, you can't hit it, or at least you can't destroy it. And I think you kind of could get around it if you web the turbines, but I wouldn't bother. I can't find a way to get around it. So what you're gonna want to do is open up this.
I've got to clear these barrels out of the way.
You gotta get to this last room. Make sure you have plenty, and I mean plenty, of webbing. Now when the plane comes back, auto-lock it and web a propeller. Be careful. Don't get hit by it. But whichever propeller you web is going to determine which way the plane moves. Ah, I messed up! Let's try that again. Oh yeah, the bugle headlines you see after levels. You get different ones if you win the level and if you fail the level. And I guess you get the unlock the fail one for the gallery if you win the get the good one, but I'm not sure.
Maybe I can use my webbing to stop it.
Oh, yes, I forgot. The ability to shoot impact webbing in the air. Such a minor detail, it may seem, but it really helps this game out. I remember when I played Spider-Man, the original one, for the first time in years. I took on Mysterio. I was like, man, this game plays so much better if you could shoot impact webbing in the air. And this level's a good example of how helpful it can be. Okay, I'm way out of the plane because I haven't even hit that thing yet.
I've got to clear these barrels out of the way.
Alright, so when the plane comes in, you web the propeller, so... No. Okay, so... Okay. So I'll get this one. Watch out. Now web the other one. No! Shoot it! Now you have to make both propellers stop. Like that.
The webbing should hold long enough to free that pilot. I better hurry.
There's one other thing Spidey says when you stop the plane that I like, but I forget how it goes.
Rise and shine, Captain.
That's a pretty small plane. You realize that?
Okay. Now that the pilot's safe, I have to get to that helicopter. Hope whoever's behind this isn't one of those island base in the middle of nowhere types. I don't have that much web fluid.
You know, before when I played this game, I didn't really understand what Spidey was saying. Before he said, I don't have that much web fluid. When I later on realized what he's saying, island base in the middle of nowhere. But I didn't realize he was saying I don't have much web fluid as in, like, I couldn't get to an island base in the middle of nowhere. I thought he was just saying he was low on web fluid. Does that happen quite often in the 60s comic books? I read the 60s comics quite a bit back in the day. Yeah, back in the day.
The signal from my Spidey tracer is getting weaker. I better move before I lose it completely.
I mean, I didn't live in the 60s, but, you know, Barnes & Noble had these collections of the comics from the 60s, and I loved those. The old school I think old school comic books are a lot better than most of the modern day stuff. They're getting a little too serious. So this here, ladies and gentlemen, is the only instance of Spidey armor.
The old trusty Spidey armor.
So the Spidey armor, basically what it does is it gives you an extra health bar, essentially. So when your health bar goes away here, you still have a whole health bar, but you won't have the armor anymore. Now this is the only time the armor appears in the game, which is disappointing to me because I really like the Spidey armor. I love the look of the Spidey armor. And in addition, you can't use Captain Universe. See, the thing is, in the last game, you could kind of, I guess not glitch it. Maybe it was a glitch. But if you wore Captain Universe so that you can't take damage, and you wore the Spidey armor, you would never lose it. Which I thought was kind of cool. And I missed that in this game. Kind of those glitches, that's kind of welcome.
You're dead, do-gooder!
Okay, I remember playing this stage. I remember, when my aunt got married, we were in a hotel. Like, when we got back from the when we got back from the wedding and went back to the hotel, we had brought my PlayStation with me. I had a PS1 back in the day. Well, I'm saying back in the day a lot. That's going to be my new catchphrase, isn't it? But I had a PS1, brought it into the hotel, so my cousin, the one that told me how I should fight Shocker, we played this game a lot, and I distinctly remember playing this level.
I'm already at full health.
Oh yeah, you can't get more health for the Spidey armor. I could use some more webbing though. I am for kind of... Oh gosh, I almost thought I was gonna fall. Alright. I'm doing really, really well. Then again, this game is pretty easy. I mean, unless you play it on hard, but even on hard, it's not that difficult. I remember, of course, it's a lot harder when you don't use, like, special costumes. I played this game all the time with special costumes.
Your swinging days are over!
I like knocking guys into the bottomless abyss like that. That's always fun. Now I realize the crane's moving for you in this level. I don't think you noticed that crane moving in the background. But it's almost like... Oh, holy crap, I thought I was gonna die. I thought yeah, but you don't wanna die. You don't wanna die. Anyways, I thought I was dead. But the crane's helping you out. That's almost like in The Amazing Spider-Man, which is an awesome movie. I like it a lot more than Tobey Maguire movies. I haven't seen Spider-Man 3, but I saw Spider-Man 1 and 2. 1 I thought was kind of cool. I remember being really excited to see it because I wanted to see it all the time as a kid, but I couldn't because it was PG-13. But Spider-Man 2 with Doc Ock, I really did not like that movie. Man, haters gonna hate. I just did not like it. I thought it was kind of boring, and the fights weren't not that interesting.
Spidey's hot on the trail, and this time it looks to have led him to the train yards. Well, things look quiet now, but evil is afoot, and it's up to our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man to ferret out evil where it lay.
Okay, Spidey's gonna talk here.
This place looks like a prison complex. There are guards everywhere. No doubt they're all Hammerhead's men. Well, I don't want to alert the whole place, so I better play this one quiet and sneaky.
Now, I never played this stealthy as a kid. Once again, it wasn't until I got Metal Gear and started appreciating stealth in games that I really cared. Now, there is a puzzle in this game, in this level. You know what, I might as well wait until the end to show it to you guys so it's easier to explain. And I'm just gonna fight the guards anyways. This isn't Metal Gear Solid 2 where you get 5 gazillion backup units if you get caught. Which is something that bothered me about that game. I love Metal Gear Solid 1, but not Metal Gear Solid 2. Just the constant reinforcements. I mean, that is more realistic, but I didn't really like that as much. I mean, of course, I also don't like Raiden. That's another reason I don't like Metal Gear Solid 2. I mean, it's not the worst. I wouldn't say it's a bad game. It's a really good game, but I just don't care for it. The first game, first Metal Gear Solid, I remember being totally blown away by it because I had never played a game with such a dramatic story, such different gameplay than anything I'd ever played before. Which is probably one of the reasons I like Pikmin so much. It's a very different game for me. I've never played an RTS before. My brother's been playing a lot of Clash of Clans, and he loves that game. Plays it obsessively on the iPad. Okay, my house, we have 5 gazillion Apple products. I think it's mostly because my dad just really likes Apple, and his company, I think, works with Apple computers mostly. But we've got 2 iPads, and then everybody in my family has some form of iPod, except for my brother, who has a 3DS. So here's the puzzle I'm explaining. So this is supposed to open the door, but... open it.
That didn't seem to work. Maybe the right combination of breakers will turn on the power.
So there's a specific combination of breakers you gotta hit. I forget what it is exactly. I know that middle 2 one I don't think works. Let's go back and see. That's a puzzle I didn't like. And before I played this game, the Spider-Man games were my introduction to a lot of the villains I know and love nowadays.
Bingo! Good thing I've been trained for this.
Haha.
Kill me. Let's move on, shall we?
Basically, I think Chugga Conroy got his stuff from Spider-Man. Oh, the water flip. I like this little effect here. Watch this. Walk in the water, and you see footprints. It doesn't do anything, but I thought that was kind of cool as a kid. Kind of reminded me of Toy Story 2, the video game. You would see your footprints if you walked in some liquid. Oh, but where's that 2? There was a 2 in the middle one. Oh, that's at the very end. Oh, sweet. That was easy. Easier than I thought it would be, and didn't take as long. The other game, before I got into Spider-Man, the games I played the most on my PlayStation 1, because I had a PlayStation 1 back when the PlayStation 2 was popular. I mean, now I have a PS... I didn't own a PS2 until about a little over a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago, when a friend of mine gave me his, because he's not much of a gamer. He just kind of had it for whatever reason. So I didn't own a PS2 until recently, but it's cool. I'm starting to get more games for it. I've got Silent Hill. I got Silent Hill 2. I got that Legend of K. I got Metal Gear Solid 2. Sonic Heroes. I mean, I was actually looking to get the GameCube version, but the only one they had in the store that I went today had the PS. It only had the PS2 version.
As Edison said when he discovered electricity, ow!
I wonder if he did. Oh, my siblings bought Star Ocean Till the End of Time the other day. That's a pretty decent game from what I've seen. Okay, it's good, but I don't really care for it. There's a lot of things I don't care for in this episode. This is the I don't care sode.
I bet all these guys are on Hammerhead's payroll. Wonder if Hammerhead provides his goons with medical and dental.
Okay. One thing that also affects how I think about a lot of the dialogue in this game, especially what Spidey has to say, is I have Asperger's syndrome, so I take a lot of things literally, like figures of speech. I mean, I've gotten better at understanding figures of speech. In fact, I use them all the time nowadays. But back when I was a kid, I did not understand a lot of the things they said. So in the character viewer, when it said Hammerhead ruled the Mafia with an iron hand. I thought he literally had an iron hand, like a metal hand, but I'm like, his hand doesn't look like it's iron. And I thought maybe that was like the hand that's always behind the gun, if you look at his character model. Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. Oh well, I kind of chuckle. I mean, I've gotten better at understanding sarcasm and figures of speech. It's kind of funny to think what I thought people were saying, or to remember what I was literally picturing in my head when I heard certain sayings like that. And I love the ice webbing. It's so cool.
Ah, this looks like the control room.
I don't remember. Isn't it door 2? Yeah, that's door 2. You don't want to open the other doors because they'll let out guards. And one door is jammed anyways. So you just hit the metal switch. That's not a big deal. Go back out here. And I need more webbing. I always played
guards here for the night shift.
I think I always played the costumes with unlimited webbing because I don't ever remember running out of webbing that much when I played as a kid.
Seems like I'm always missing my train.
I mean, seriously, and I'm running out of webbing quite often here. Alright, you're gonna want to zip one to the ceiling. That might help you out. So that door over there, I can't see the number. I can't tell from here, but it's pink. You're gonna want to go over here. I think this is number 5. Hollywood, we never going down. So you're gonna go in here, and there's another control room. Okay, so a little trivia on the Spidey armor when I'm thinking about it. Spider-Man developed it when he realized he was gonna have to fight against the new villains known as the New Enforcers and the Rose, and there was gonna be a lot of gunfire. And he built the armor, and it did give him resistance to gunfire. But it didn't, and it took out his agility wasn't as good after that. You only need number 7.
There's the train.
Don't hit the other doors, they just give you more guards. But, okay, back to the spider armor. It gave him more resistance to gunfire, but he couldn't, not as good of agility. He couldn't, jump around as well. Unfortunately, it was destroyed by acid in battle. That was something that was not described in this game. You do collect the Web of Spider-Man 100 comic where he makes it, but it doesn't explain the fact that this costume, that it got destroyed. No, that's just ice. Is there any more actual webbing? Or is that a comic book? No, that's webbing. I really need more webbing, big time. I mean, you really don't need webbing for the next level, but I'd like to have it just in case. Just in case. Just in case. Alright, now here... Oh, no, this is another level that drove me nuts. And I'm going to make an extended episode for this. There we go.
Wait a minute here. has a case too. Bet they're responsible for that train robbery. What's so important about those cases?
And here is the introduction to Sandman in this game. This was my introduction to Sandman, though I think most people in my generation were introduced to him through Spider-Man 3.
Can't miss that train.
Alright. This level drove me absolutely nuts as a kid. You're trying to catch the train, but then these walls of sand keep coming up. And you have to fight Sandman.
I've heard about running into a brick wall, but this
Here's
is
the easy way.
ridiculous.
You pick up a forklift. You move really slow when you do it, but if you throw it, it instantly destroys the wall. But don't let Sandman form where you stand, because that will get annoying.
Nothing worse than sand in my suit.
I can agree there. Another reason I don't like the beach is getting sand on my toes. And another thing about having Asperger's syndrome
This stuff chafes.
is, you know, I don't like the feel of certain textures or just things on my skin. It's like certain fabrics I can't wear. I mean, I haven't worn it. I really don't wear anything.
Things do you have?
I don't really wear anything but cotton t-shirts and jeans.
This stuff chafes.
Oh no, he disappeared. This is gonna be bad. Okay, throw it. Please work. Oh, wheesh. That was good. I didn't know about the forklift trip as a kid. Forklift trick. Oh, Sandman's too close for it to work. Might as well give it a shot. Okay.
Can't you find someone else to play?
But sand like on my feet. I hate the feel of sand on my skin.
Did you think you can lose me?
I also don't like the feel of
Did you think you can lose me? Hold still.
I also don't like the feel of wet clothes on my skin. That's probably another reason I don't really like going to the beach. It's the sand in my it's the sand and getting
just reach that train
and just having wet clothes. I don't really like those. No, this is the I don't like Caresode, like I've said. Oh my gosh. And I think after this cutscene, I think that's all the time we have for in this part.
To do with this?
Times change, Spider-Man. I do what I have to. Oh. Some other time, Spider-Jerk.
Okay, I used to think the Beetle was a good guy when Spider-Man was talking to him, but he's always been a villain.
And what's this? Looks like Spiderella's going to the ball.
But we'll see that ball in the next part. So, see you guys next time. This has been Melon Method, aka Nate, and I shall see you next time on Let's Play Spider-Man 2 Enter Electro. Alright, see you guys then.